Okay, so this is actually a really interesting topic. I want to talk about the impact AI is having on labor arbitrage. This is a fancy term. I will explain it simply. Labor arbitrage is when you take the value of labor in two countries and you make money because the price of the dollar is different. So if the whole world used one currency, there's no opportunity for labor arbitrage. Okay? But since the whole world is using different currencies and certain currencies are more expensive than others, for the last forever, but in the last 30 years, has been a great opportunity for labor arbitrage. What this is just outsourcing, right? So you basically collect money in a high value currency like US dollars or euros or whatever, and then you pay labor in a low value currency, Indian rupees, whatever. It could be a lot of options are there. Chinese yuan B for manufacturing. Okay, fab. I'm not going to talk about manufacturing because that's a different conversation. I'm only going to talk about services, which India is famous for, right? Okay. So this is brilliant if you actually think about it, right? Because you have huge population, not just India, but India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Africa, so many countries like this, huge populations. Reasonable amount of them speak English, like some 30% speak English. So you can basically use those people to save American companies money, right? Because if they had to pay American citizens, it would cost more money. So they're trying to make most money possible. So they're bringing it to you, gives you guys opportunity to make more money, gives them the opportunity to save money. Fabulous. And so now you have these countries like India that have been built on a service economy, that too servicing foreign clients. We're talking, I don't know, millions of jobs in India are like this. Some companies like TCS have hundreds of thousands of employees, just one company. Forget it. Like imagine if you combine all of the companies, the amount of people, right? And this has become like a big goal of Indian people to, and other countries to like work for foreign clients or to go there. Okay. Remember, your entire basis for this is not based on talent. It's based on labor arbitrage. So what happens if the labor arbitrage goes away? Well, people have always thought about this. Means what if the rupee becomes expensive and it becomes like the same, it goes away? But something nobody ever thought about was, what if the need for outsourcing completely went away? So, like, what if, and other people have thought about what if there's cheaper countries, right? So India used to be Vietnam, right? So India used to be very cheap. Now Vietnam is cheaper, so the American companies go to Vietnam. That's also true. But what if none of that happens and the US companies or the European companies or whatever just say, we don't need any outsourcing because we're not going to hire our own people. We're not going to hire you. We're going to hire a bunch of robots, right? Now, that's a brilliant position for the companies because before they used to pay $15 an hour if you're an American citizen. Then they outsourced India. Now it's like $3 an hour. Now with the robot, it's zero. It's zero, right? And the robot will not complain. The AI will not complain. No breaks, no bathrooms, no sexual harassment, no holidays, no emotions. Obviously, this is not today yet happened. It's happening. Everybody knows it. I'm not breaking news. This is like everyone knows. We're betting at Garage our entire future on this happening. Our whole future, we're betting on AI employees. We want to build AI employees for everybody, definitely for people that are doing labor arbitrage. Now, this is enormous if this happens because you're now, the reality is the governments in those countries have to deal with their own working class people who don't have jobs. That's a problem, headache. You can see currently what's happening in the US and Europe. They're dealing with that problem. What does a country like India or Vietnam or Pakistan do? I have no idea. I have some ideas, but I have no answer. You have to now service your own country. That's your only option. You have to be competitive in selling your own finished products and services to foreign clients, not to foreign companies. This is a huge mental difference. I'll give a simple example. If you are working in India for TCS, which is a technology consultant, they have a client, Verizon, which is an American telephone company. And Verizon has 100 million customers paying for phones and whatnot. You are 2 levels removed from the customer. You're literally 2 levels removed. So the first thing that's going to go is TCS is going to fire you. That's probably what's going to happen. Well, what if Verizon fires TCS? That's also going to happen. The only thing that cannot really happen is the end customer firing Verizon because they need phones, whatever the service is. I would encourage, in the age of AI, cut out both of those companies and go and find the customer. You still have all the advantages. You still have cheap labor. You still have an English-speaking, competitive market. All of that you have. And now you have a super intelligence. Use the robots yourself. Do not get replaced by the robots. And don't depend on TCS or Verizon. Both of them will not keep you. But the paying customer will still need to pay for something. And that's what I would recommend people doing. But yes, you're talking about a complete shift. It took 40 years for this service, labor arbitrage, to be built. Cities like Bangalore, cities like Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam were built off of this business. In 5 years, it's about to be taken apart. And now there's still, whenever something is breaking, there's a lot of money to be made. Lots of money. When things are falling apart, lots of money for the smart people, ambitious people to go and grab what they can out of that. And that is what I would recommend everybody to do as this labor arbitrage business gets decoupled completely. Stay tuned.